The warmest of greetings to you, one and all. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, coming to you live from the heartland of America, straight to your heart, bringing you to water, hoping you'll drink, bringing you to objective information, hoping you'll think, hopefully encouraging you to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own guru, because we are the last generation of real humans, and we need to get busy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Lisa says, my excitement is infectious. And let me assure you, that is the only thing about me that is infectious. I guarantee it. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know what I mean? Speaking of infections, Rocky Stucci will be joining Scotty and I tonight for the consequential rapscallions. It's a positive infection. That's all I'm saying. But I want to talk to you today about something interesting. And why didn't somebody tell me that high noon comes very close after 11:11? Didn't think about that. Well, I did. 11:11 is supposed to be 5 minutes, but I got it to 10. It's the best I can do so far. We'll get it down to 5. Now we're going to talk about something that's very important. And this is actually a thing. If you Google Christianity, Bizarro World, Christianity opposites, if you are a devotee at all of David Icke's writings, he talks about the inverse. And I'm convinced, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start looking at this in more detail, that there is such a thing in the Bible as reverse prophecy, inverse prophecy. In fact, I think most of the prophetic stuff within the Bible is inverse stuff. Now, we have Mark Toth saying war with Iran is imminent. I don't feel it. That's your opinion. I appreciate it. I just don't feel it. I really don't. I listened to President Trump the other day, talk about how he wants to, help Iraq or Iran work with Iran. I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't think Trump wants war with Iran. That's not what the show is about. But I don't see it. Let's see. Just happen to have the rods handy. Will the United States go to war with Iran during the Trump presidency? They say no. I concur. And did you see, I don't know if I'm going to do another show about this or not, but did you see Donald Trump? No, I'm going to do a show about it. Nice little 5-minute show. It'd be really, really cool. Maybe 10 minutes. Donald Trump talking about Biden. But anyway, let's talk about Bizarro World in the Bible. Let's talk about prophecy in the Bible. Let's talk about reverse prophecy in the Bible. And let me show you something that I think is a reverse prophecy, and it falls right into one of my favorite hobby horses. Please don't throw in fear and don't throw fear things out into the chat room pell-mell. Please don't do that, because I will take them out. I don't want this to be a place of fear. So please don't throw out fear-related things in the chat room, okay? You can discuss stuff, but don't throw out fear-related things. I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. Where was I? Oh, yeah, reverse prophecy. And this goes to my favorite hobby horse of, again, perfect timing, fear, dread, woe. Oh my God, it's all going to hell. Things are bad. I think that I know that the true gods, as is even written within the Christian scriptures, the central figure of the Christian mythos, said that we've not been given the spirit of fear, but yet we want to take it. I don't understand why everybody wants to be afraid. Even this chat room, the highest minded, most high vibration chat room on YouTube, still wants to go to fear. Jeffrey does have an email address, Gotham, like in Batman, LTD, like in Limited, Gotham Limited, @gmail.com. It's actually Gotham LTD. So please feel free to email me there. Or you can always go to the jeffreydaugherty.com and contact me there. Gregory B says fear porn. I agree 100%. I just don't understand why it's so addictive. It's so compulsive to people. And everybody wants to talk about it, and you get clicks and you get money, but we have not been given a spirit of fear. Why do we keep trying to go find it if we haven't been given it? But anyway, this is a perfect example of reverse prophecy, of them wanting us to believe something when just the opposite is going to happen. Here's what I'm talking about. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction comes upon them. Like a woman going into labor, they will not escape. Let's break this down a little bit. And then I want to look at verse 4 too. Somebody remind me not to leave until I look at verse 4. So when people are saying to say, and it says while, and the word while means whenever, or in the very midst of, when people are especially saying peace and safety, peace and security. Let's look at peace and security. Peace means peace, quietness, rest. Security means certainty, security, reliability, firmness, safety. When people, this says, are saying peace and security, then destruction, death. Oh my God, war, famine, pestilence. It's all coming on us. Then war, then they say destruction shall come upon them, It's going to set upon, it's going to come, the sky's going to fall. Suddenly, oh, you don't even know. Get ready. It's going to happen. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. Like labor pains, and they will not escape. It's going to get you. You won't be able to flee. You won't be able to get away. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. This is a reverse prophecy. This is an inverse prophecy. This is bizarro world. This is upside down world. Dire again. Fear is a powerful control mechanism. The reality of this verse is this, and this gets Jeffrey Daugherty in trouble with even his closest associates at times, but that's okay, because this is actually a reverse prophecy. And what this is really saying is, in the midst of people saying, in the midst of people saying, in the midst of people calling, in the midst of people making YouTubes, remember, inverse, whenever people are saying destruction, death, destruction, war, ruin, horror, whenever they're saying destruction, have they ever been saying destruction? I didn't show you that. I'll show you this. Have they ever been saying destruction more in our lifetimes, or maybe ever in the history of the world, because there's more people saying it, because there's more access? Has there ever been more people saying destruction? Oh my God, disaster, destruction, death, ruin, doom. We've never heard more discussion of ruin in the history of the world, because there's never been the ease of dissemination of messages in the history of the world. We've never heard so much about ruin before. We've never heard so much about doom before. We've never heard so much about destruction before. We've never heard so much about death before, ever. And I'm so happy to say to you that while people are saying death, doom, destruction, ruin, something is going to come, set upon, stand upon, be present. Something is going to come. What? It's going to come upon them. It's going to come on ourselves. And what's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to come upon us suddenly. All of a sudden, it's going to descend. All of a sudden, it's unexpected, because everybody's saying fear, porn, doom, horror. But unexpectedly, suddenly, from out of nowhere, ladies and gentlemen, is going to come peace, quietness, rest. When everybody's worrying about and warning about everything, all of a sudden is going to come certainty. It's going to come security, reliability, firmness. Everywhere else on YouTube, you hear about the destruction, the ruin, the doom, the gloom. Oh my God, economic collapse is unavoidable. Oh my God, the grand solar minimum is unavoidable. Oh my God, monsters and meteors and pole reversals, they're unavoidable. Armageddon, prophecy, it's unavoidable. We've never heard more about destruction, but I'm here to tell you the only one, but I'm here to tell you because one person with true divinity is a majority. I'm here to tell you that while all these people are warning about destruction, death, ruin, and doom, what's really about to happen is suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, from out of nowhere, we're about to be hit with a wave of peace. We're about to be hit with a wave of quietness. We're about to be hit with a wave of rest. We are about to be hit, ladies and gentlemen, with a wave of certainty, security, reliability, and firmness. And when everything doesn't go to hell, remember where you heard this first. Well, Jeff, it's unavoidable under the circumstances. Why are you living under the circumstances? Do you know you can live over the circumstances? And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's even told that some will know and some will tell. It comes upon them suddenly. Does it really come suddenly from out of nowhere? Not really, because it comes like what? Like labor pains, birth pangs, the pain of childbirth. It comes like the pain of childbirth on a pregnant woman. Now, I have been around in my life a pregnant woman. I was married for 16 years to a woman that got pregnant 3 times. And yes, I was involved in all 3 cases. I went through 3 pregnancies with this woman. I've been through no pregnancies with any other woman. I went through 3 pregnancies with this woman. And let me tell you, when the birth pangs came in the 9th month, it wasn't a sudden, oh my God thing. Oh my God, she's going to have a baby. We knew for 9 months she's going to have a damn baby. It wasn't like a big surprise. Oh my God, she's having a baby. Who knew? Well, every damn body knew she was pregnant for 9 months. Everybody knew. She was pregnant for 9 months. Peace and security is going to come up on you suddenly like a labor pains on a pregnant woman. We knew it was coming. And it says, they will not escape, which means you can't flee away from it. There's a verse in the Christian scriptures, and I'm going to read it to you because it may be the rare diamond. Watch this. Just let that revelation sink into you. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's talking about. Watch this. Everybody else is telling you how bad it is. I'm telling you the way it is. Blessings. What's a blessing? A blessing. Blessing, blessings, most blessed, peace, peace. See, peace, it all ties together. This just dropped on me. It wasn't in my notes. As you can see, I have notes. There's nothing up my sleeve except for Mistech bracelets. which will put you into the Schumann resonance. Woo! JeffreyDaugherty.com, Mystech, FLFE, Focus Life Force Energy. I mean, it just helps you unindoctrinate yourself. You don't need it unless you want to have help unindoctrinating yourself. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. Peace. Peace. What did the central figure of the Christian mythos say? Peace I leave with you. Peace not as the world gives, because the world's screaming death, destruction, doom, gloom. But not peace like the world gives, but peace that passes all understanding, which is under the circumstances. We don't deal in understanding. We deal in, some people say understanding. Listen, I get it. I understand what you're saying. Understanding sounds really cool and really spiritual, and it's better than understanding, but I'll see your understanding. I'll see your understanding and raise you an overstanding. Understanding can be just human. Understanding is of this matrix, but overstanding, that's when divine sovereign free looks down and says, nah. These blessings will overtake you. Peace will what? Peace will come upon you, just like it said in the verse we were reading in Thessalonians. Peace will come upon you. Now, not only do I have a case where I'm saying it's reverse prophecy, now I've got parallel passages backing me up. That's called study. And I was just talking with someone this morning about all those years I spent as a Bible college student and as a preacher, and how I was thinking it was wasted time. I couldn't have done this if I hadn't have done that. I wouldn't have been able to show you these things and tie these things together really effortlessly. I'm unconsciously competent at it, but it took over 100,000 hours and 38 years to get to this point. That's why, and I know this sounds arrogant and self-serving, but be careful when you listen to neophytes. I got a revelation. They're 20, 21 years old. They've been in this maybe 5 years. And all of a sudden they got a revelation that they want everybody to believe. Just be careful. Some of them do. But when you got some girl showing her boobs, talking about how she's 20, she talking about how she was clearing reptilians in the secret space program. Come on. Really? Really? There's only two things. Anyway, I'll just let that go. All these things will come upon you, just like we talked about in 1 Thessalonians. It's going to come upon you. Do you see that? That's what comes from 38 years. That's what comes from 100,000 hours. That's what comes from it. I didn't sit down here thinking about that. Come upon them. Come upon them. That's why you're here. And these blessings, folks, blessings, not destruction. The world wants to tell you, most YouTube channels want to tell you that destruction's coming upon you, when the reality is that blessings are coming upon you, because it's an opposite, bizarro, inverse prophetic world. And even the people that aren't Christian, those that pretend they're not and aren't, are still conditioned by this Abrahamic, socio-religious, and political indoctrination. Did I talk about that yesterday or today? Yesterday. Watch that. So what's coming upon you? Not destruction, but blessing, peace. Remember, right back here, peace. Peace and safety are coming upon you. Peace and safety are coming upon you. And not only that, because a lot of you don't even want to listen to me. So peace and safety have to actually chase you down. I have to chase you down, repeat it to you over and over again in order to reach you with the message that peace and safety are coming upon you and will overtake you, not destruction, death, gloom, and doom. And like a 9-month pregnancy, I've been telling you for 9 months, more than 9 months, but metaphorically, I've been telling you during this whole pregnancy, when you're coming from what you used to be to what you are, I've been telling you, don't buy the doom, don't buy the gloom, don't buy the fear, don't buy, ladies and gentlemen, Bible prophecy. It's a lie. It's the faith in Bible prophecy that fuels the matrix. Watch that from yesterday. Don't buy the scientific, we can prove it's always happened, it has to happen again. No, it doesn't. Don't buy all the economic indicators and the market shows that there's got to be financial collapse. There doesn't have to be. Those are mountains. And if you listened yesterday, you know we can move mountains. Don't talk to me about it's in the code of the matrix, because the code can be rewritten. And guess what, cousins? When you get to be like Neo, like UO and IO, we're Neo. Even though it was really cool that was cool. But we don't have to do that. Now, you remember? The first time they were shooting bullets at him, he was like, and I used to be like that. I was Neo. Here comes the bullets. Oh. But now, and I just learned the real culmination of this lesson today, and it's probably not the culmination. Now when the bullets come, I just say, like Neo did, no. And they come to a screeching halt. Oh, and then what does Neo do? He takes one of those bullets. You know why he's taking it? Because those bullets are just like the flaming arrows. They're coming at you. They're filled with ill intent. They're filled with hate. They're filled with jealousy. They're filled with envy. And they meant to do you harm. They mean to do you harm. But Neo takes the bullet, and the reason he takes it is because he's transmuting the energy in that bullet. The energy of hate, fear, envy, gloom, doom. Oh my God, sky is falling, Chicken Little. It's still very, very powerful energy. And Neo just holds it for a second. And I wish he would have went, because he's removing the intention. And when he removes the intention from that one, it removes the intention from all of them. Because what happens? They all fall. That's the reality of what's happening. That's the reality of what's taking place. That's your future. When people are saying doom, gloom, death, destruction, peace, security, and safety are going to come upon you, and you think it's going to be sudden, but I've been telling you for this whole gestation period of you coming from what you were to what you're going to be. And even if you, oh God, here we go again. I didn't think about this until just now. This is what you call revelation. And again, 38 years, 100,000 hours, you won't escape. What do you mean you won't escape? Why would you want to escape from peace and security? Because remember, you've been running from them, and they have to overtake you. You cannot escape these blessings. You cannot escape these blessings. They will overtake you. I'm really not trying to build myself up. But yet, I feel like Zachary Hubbard. This is the most important channel on YouTube. I believe that. If I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be here. And this is the most important channel on YouTube because this is the only place on YouTube that you're going to see the code broken. Oh, snap, more of it right here. Right here, right now, more of it. Somebody sent me a clip of somebody last night. I was talking about we can move the mountain. We can manifest a change to that which is written. And somebody says, it's not because it's written in this book, not this book, this is a convoluted universe, but let's say this was a Bible. It's not because it's written in this book that it has to happen. They said it's written, it has to happen. That's the Christian mindset. Not because it's written in this book. Then they tried to get all high and mighty about it. It's because it's written into this is a matrix, and it's written into the code of this matrix, as if this matrix is divine, as if this matrix is holy, as if this matrix is greater than we are. Brother, and I use that term very loosely. I don't care if it is written into the code of the matrix. The code can be overwritten, and it is being overwritten. Right now, this is how you overwrite the code. The code of the matrix says, this is so good. This is so good. The code of the matrix says, when people try to say peace and security, destruction comes upon them. That's what the code of the matrix says. And that's actually not true. I'll show you. But that's what the code of the matrix is saying. We're saying no. When people say destruction, blessings, peace, and safety are going to come and overtake them. And really, this was written first. So this is the real code of the universe. This is the code of the universe. And the matrix tried to overwrite it. And we said, no, we're going to overwrite what you wrote. I'll see your what's the thing they were doing in the front seat on Dumb and Dumber? You can't stamp a double stamp or something like that. At any rate, the code of the matrix says when they're saying peace, safety, security, destruction comes upon them, no, it's being overwritten. It's being overwritten. And now when they say sudden destruction, doom, gloom, blessings will come upon you, and because you've been running away from them because you don't believe it, they will still overtake you. You cannot escape the good stuff that's coming. Boom! Code be damned, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see what the chat room has to say. Oh, it's a deep chat room today. Boom. Boom. Hope we get a sneak peek of what Jeff was talking about earlier. No, you won't. I'm feeling it, says Lit T. The winds have changed, says Cautious Observer. Your excitement is infectious, says Lisa. Thank you. Because they don't want to join the Rothschild banking system. That's some fear, but we're okay with that. I don't fear anything anymore, says Cautious Observer. Nancy feels good. Something good's about to happen. Misty says people are tiptoeing on the line of divine, free, and sovereign. I don't know why. Let yourself fall over into peace and security. This is ironic because a person who claims that Christians worship a God that just loves to test people, he said the Christian God is malicious. Of course he is. The Christian God is a psychopath. He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. Fear, if we feed it, will grow. If we starve it, it will go. Oh, Joyce. That's good stuff. Fear, if you feed it, it grows. If you starve it, it goes. Can I get into your kitchen right now? I have people that watch things. I used to watch things, but I don't. My give a damn broke on this particular piece as well. They watch things and they go to other places and they see where people are and what people are listening to, what people are watching. Why, when you are at this channel, do you go and watch fear channels? Because if you feed it, it grows. If you ignore it, it goes. Don't mean to get in your business, and you can listen to whatever you want to listen to. You can watch whatever you want to watch, but ask yourself, why am I here? What am I feeding? I think you'll find it's like a needle in a vein. I think you'll find it's like a, just saying. Schumann resonance. I'm not really affected by Schumann resonance because the Mystech bracelets, why do you wear so many? Well, because Greg says a human resonance is way up normal, but guess what? I'm still at the optimum Schumann resonance. Maybe that's why when everybody's saying destruction, doom, gloom, I'm saying, bro, no, peace and safety. How much do the Mystech bracelets have to do with it? I don't know. Emotions can easily override logic. Yes, Cautious Observer, 100%. And that's why the emotions of the fear mongers, the fear porners, the gloom and doomers will override. You know in your mind that the true divinity doesn't give us a spirit of fear. You know in your mind that if you If you feed it, it grows. If you starve it, it goes. But you still can't help yourself because your emotions want you to go back. You want to go. Your emotions, your addiction pulls you back to those places that talk about it because I just want a little taste. Only you can say no to forest fires. Emotions are blind. Fear is destructive. Fear is the opposite of recognizing our power. I'm not gonna say anything about that one. Fear is ignorance, absolutely. But sometimes fear is intentional by the purveyors of it and the perpetrators of it. Putin had a video. Okay, great. Why is Satan the ruler of this world? Exactly. Who says he's the ruler of this world? The Abrahamics say he's the ruler of this world. Satan, the adversary. Nah, I'm taking over. Let those waves lap over us, says Jennifer. I love it. The pain of getting out of their mentally constructed jail. It hurts a little bit sometimes. You might cut yourself on the way out, but you feel much, much better once you get out. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Jeffy learned the art of studying. And sometimes you can study too much. Nothing is wasted if it's transmitted for good. That's interesting. That's interesting. 2 steps forward, 1 step to the side. Ooh, that's what a lot of people want. Let's see. You see the brightest stars on the darkest nights. Ooh, that's poetic. I like that. What are the odds we'd be the people who happened to be here when it ended up, even if it was going to end? That's pretty presumptuous. Interesting. I'm writing my own code, says girl with no name. Good for you, girl. They try to curse everything to destruction, says Delaney. I am the ultimate curse breaker. She's the black pearl. Boom. She's the black pearl. Pastor Paul Begley. I'll bring him on. That probably would be more of a debate, Galen. I can't see Pastor anybody really. Anyway, I could be wrong. Trouble is a mountain. I crumble the mountain with love. Boom. I like it. Tom Montauk is great. He will be back on this show. They only want a certain level of fear in society, no more, no less. The structure builders. That's interesting, Galen. Back when you were a pastor, I was a black magician. So was I. At the same time. I do watch some of the fear or Christian channels to know what's going on, but disregard the fear, consider it research. Ooh. I play with fire with gasoline all over my hands, but I'm just, that's, lit to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jeff would make Pastor Paul cry, not on purpose, but maybe accidentally. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the story on peace and safety and sudden destruction. It's inverse, upside down, bizarro world, prophecy. And now and this is the only place that you could know or come to know stuff like that on YouTube. So give me a thumbs up, support the channel, go to my website, jeffreydaugherty.com, and begin to ask yourself when you're here, when you're at a place watching a thing and listening to a thing, why? Why? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are the last generation of real humans. We need to get busy. And there's only so many hours in a day where a person can work. And you need to spend those hours, in my opinion, guiding your own spirit, mastering your own ascension, being your own guru, asking questions, questioning answers. Because somebody's going to win and somebody's going to lose. And history tells us that it's the winners that write the story that the next generation or the next world reads. So why don't we, the last generation of real humans, get busy winning? Let's get busy winning and let's write a better tomorrow. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. We'll see you again real soon. Let's win today and write a better tomorrow.